A major volcanic eruption in the Philippines could happen faster than anyone is ready for, and the first warning won't be a tremor. It will be a shockwave. Magma is rising beneath multiple volcanoes right now. Ground deformation is accelerating. Gas emissions are hitting record levels, and some of the most dangerous peaks in the country are showing the exact same precursors they showed before past disasters. This region has produced one of the largest eruptions of the 20th century, and the forces that caused it are building again. If you want to understand what could erupt next and why scientists are watching the Philippines with increasing urgency, subscribe now. Because what you're about to see is not speculation. It's physics, pressure, and time. It begins quietly. A faint tremor ripples under a coconut grove. Birds scatter, dogs bark, and for a moment, the earth itself seems to breathe. This is the Philippines, a land built on fire, where the ocean floor dives beneath the islands, melting rock and creating one of the most explosive volcanic chains on Earth. Every mountain on the horizon hides a secret. Some sleep for centuries, others whisper warnings through gas, tremor, and heat. Before we dive deeper, if you're fascinated by volcanoes, earthquakes, and the science of our restless planet, make sure to subscribe so you never miss the next eruption story. The Philippines sits at the collision point of two great tectonic plates, the Eurasian plate to the west and the Philippine Sea plate to the east. As the dense oceanic plate plunges beneath the lighter continental crust, it drags water deep into the mantle. That water lowers the melting point of rock, generating magma that rises violently toward the surface. This constant subduction is why the country holds over 20 active volcanoes, making it one of the most geologically dangerous regions on the planet. Three names define the volcanic identity of the Philippines. Mount Pinatubo, silent for centuries until June 1991. What started as faint steam turned into one of the largest eruptions of the 20th century. A column of ash soared 40 kilometers high. Entire provinces vanished under darkness. Global temperatures dropped by half a degree. The eruption injected 20 million tons of sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere. Then there is Mount Mayon, the perfect cone. Beautiful, symmetrical, deadly. Its slopes have erupted more than 50 times since records began in 1616. Locals call it Daragang Magayon, the beautiful lady. But beauty deceives. Every few years it breathes again, spilling lava, pyroclastic flows, and ash that smothers entire villages. And Taal Volcano, a volcano inside a lake, inside a caldera, inside an island. Few places on Earth pack so much explosive potential into such a small space. When Taal erupted in 2020, its ash blanketed Manila, just 60 kilometers away. And that was considered a minor event. To understand why these mountains behave the way they do, you must see beneath them. Imagine magma chambers, networks of molten rock connected by conduits and sills. Pressure builds as gases accumulate. When the overlying rock can no longer contain the pressure, the mountain fails. The explosion releases energy equivalent to thousands of nuclear bombs. That moment, a fracture, a release, a roar, is the voice of the earth correcting its balance. Since 2020, Taal has not been quiet. Continuous degassing, inflation of the ground around Volcano Island, and persistent tremor patterns suggest magma remains close to the surface. PHIVOLCS, the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, reported sulfur dioxide emissions exceeding 10,000 tons per day in mid-2023, one of the highest ever recorded there. Scientists fear a phreatomagmatic explosion when magma meets lake water, flashing it instantly to steam. Such eruptions can send pyroclastic surges racing across the lake faster than a car, leaving almost no time to escape. In 2023, Mayon erupted again. Seismic data showed a steady buildup months earlier, harmonic tremor, rising gas, and subtle inflation of its flanks. Lava began oozing down its slopes, glowing red at night, mesmerizing tourists and terrifying locals. Mayon's eruptions are typically strombolian to Volcanian in style, moderate explosions, sustained lava fountains, and deadly pyroclastic flows. But history warns of worse. In 1814, a violent eruption buried the town of Kagsawa under ash and mud, killing over 1,200 people. Each new eruption rebuilds and reshapes its cone, maintaining that haunting perfection that hides its volatility. The 1991 Pinatubo eruption was a planetary event. Before it awoke, scientists stationed nearby detected increasing seismicity and sulfur dioxide emissions. They issued warnings that saved tens of thousands of lives. When the volcano finally blew, it released 10 cubic kilometers of material, enough to cover Manhattan in ash 10 kilometers deep. The blast altered global climate for nearly 2 years. Sunset skies turned crimson across the world. Today, Pinatubo's caldera holds a turquoise crater lake, beautiful, deceptive, and still thermally active beneath. Beneath all three volcanoes lies the same mechanism: subduction. The Philippine sea plate slides beneath the Sunda plate at about 10 centimeters per year. As it sinks, it releases fluids that melt the overlying mantle wedge. This magma rises through fractures toward the surface, collecting in crustal reservoirs. Over decades, pressure mounts until the crust can no longer bear it. The result, another eruption, another scar added to the archipelago's memory. Geophysicists describe the region as a tectonic pressure cooker, one that cannot stop, only pause between outbursts. Predicting eruptions remains one of Earth science's greatest challenges. Pinatubo shows long dormancy, followed by catastrophic awakening. Mayon shows frequent, smaller eruptions. Taal behaves erratically, oscillating between quiet degassing and sudden explosions. Satellite radar reveals ground uplift around both Taal and Mayon in 2024, hinting at new magma intrusion. While none show signs of an imminent large-scale eruption, the probability of a major Philippine eruption in the next 2 decades is statistically high. Population growth makes the stakes higher than ever. Millions now live within 20 kilometers of active vents. In the Philippines, volcanoes are part of life. They shape soil, culture, and identity. Festivals honor them, myths personify them, yet fear always lingers beneath reverence. Farmers till ash-rich slopes. Children grow up seeing steaming peaks on the horizon. Each generation inherits both the beauty and the danger of living on the Pacific Ring of Fire. The question is not if another eruption will come, but when. Deep below the archipelago, magma gathers in silence. Pressure builds, gases accumulate, and one day, perhaps without warning, the Earth will speak again. When it does, it will remind us that we live on a living planet, restless, magnificent, and utterly indifferent. Stay curious, stay aware. This is Seismosphere.